Jack Links presents Messing with Block Squatch.
Dude, is he eating a Mentos?
Oh no.
Oh.
What did we do? At least he died doing what he loved.
I don't know a lot about sports, but I can drink a lot of beer.
My motto is simple. C's get degrees.
Need a long, inappropriate hug? I'm your man.
I think I'm smarter than you, because I probably am.
Howard Coward for box score.
Hello and welcome to the Box Score. I'm Brock in Los Angeles. Things got a little out of control at our pre-Super Bowl party, so while repairs are being made to our set, we're gonna be right here at the news desk for this one. We'll act a little serious. They are the Danettes, of course, in Milford, Connecticut. Guys, Rex Ryan is creating a lot of buzz with his hire by the Bills. You guys are gonna be in New York City tomorrow. Fritzy, how come you couldn't lock him down as an in-studio guest?
We tried, just wasn't available, but we'll.
Plus, he lives in Buffalo now.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's about
The
9 hours
the
away.
New York man cave is New York City, not New York State.
Well, we don't like to make any excuses, you know. We'll boost
I
the
think that's
budget
a
up and
fair
get a
one,
private
Fritzy.
jet.
I wouldn't pin that one
But
on
wait,
you.
just so Fritzy immediately went to, oh, we tried everything to get him.
Did you ask him to come in studio Friday? I don't think you did.
You just said that.
When he was the Jets coach, we did. But
Right,
now that he's in Orchard Park in Rich
He's just
Stadium,
feeding us
upstate New York.
stock lines.
Yeah,
It's
you
like
just-
somebody
stock lines.
can't, somebody won't come on the show. Hey, we're doing everything.
Instead of
we
saying
can.
that he's 8 hours away.
Yeah, I just say I'm efforting.
Anything
and,
is that
we're
we
doing
made
it.
every effort. That just comes out of your
I've
mouth.
learned my lesson.
Like
Yeah,
the guy
I
could be
call
dead
for
for 5
every
years.
person you could.
Ignore the reality of
The
the
guy
truth
could have
of
been
it.
dead 10 years ago. You'd be like,
Every single person you could think of has been called for and efforted. That's the line you don't get in trouble.
We tried hard.
600
We
miles
tried
away.
hard.
Every guest possible has been called.
Well, very good. Well, there was an in-studio guest. It was Paul Burmeister of NBCSN, and he's scheduled to sit in Dan's chair next week. Paul, what sort of preparations do you make for a first-timer coming in?
Well, you know what? You don't want to bog him down with too much stuff. I actually thought it'd be better off if he just came in studio and saw us do our thing, and that's the best way to see it. It's like putting someone on a bicycle. You can't tell someone how to ride a bicycle. And so he kind of just saw it, went over a couple things with him, but if you start getting too heavy and give him too many things, I think a guest host, and Paul's hosted a lot of shows, can be like, oh, I got to do this, I got to do that. No, you sit down and talk sports and let everything else shake out.
All right, well, if there's one thing you should do with any guest or guest host, that is get his bio right.
He's Paul Burmeister, Pro Football Talk co-host, former Iowa State court. Wait, is it Iowa State or Iowa?
Was that a joke? University of.
Who wrote this up?
That
Fritzy?
doesn't say Iowa on it?
It's read it.
This is a setup, right?
It says Iowa State quarterback.
Iowa State.
I've been calling you Iowa the whole time.
That should say Iowa.
But who
That's a
wrote this up?
misprint.
It's a misprint.
I will take the bullet on that. I don't recall putting that down there,
What?
but I'll take the bullet on that.
Come over here and apologize to Paul in person. Fritzy would like to.
That's okay.
That's,
We'll get past it.
Now, this is what I want you to do, Fritzy. Hold on. This is what I need you to
wear
do.
an Iowa State
Yeah,
thong.
you got to wear the Iowa State helmet.
And you even have an Iowa State helmet. Nice.
Put that on. Wear it.
Mm-hmm.
It's tight.
That'll look really good with your Colts jersey.
You know, man, that cracked me up. I think it's a pretty honest mistake. But I love Fritzy saying, I don't recall putting that on there. The thing that I actually find most funny about that is that there were, I'm going to say, at least 3 other people who got that same prep sheet, and no one even looked at it to catch the mistake. Or unless everybody just had the same mistake, but nobody else caught that. Amazing.
Slipped through the cracks, and Fritz, you tried to slip on that helmet, and you were having a hard time with it, and you actually tried to put the
Yeah, that's pretty
headphones
tight.
on top of the headphones. which didn't seem to work out. What were you thinking there?
I was instructed to put the helmet on, and I wanted to listen to the show, and I should have realized it. And I did pretty well in physics and things like that. What I should have been able to figure out, not even to bother trying to get the headphones around the helmet. And the best I can do is kind of through like a hole in part of the helmet over the face mask, to just listen in through the speakers of the headphones. That was the only shot I had to be able to listen to the segment while I was punished with the eye was.
And that's called face mask listening face. Face mask.
Well, I think Paul Burmeister is going to do just fine. He was already running passing drills with Paulie when he came in the man cave.
He needs somebody snapping it to him.
No. Nobody wants to bend over.
Not bend over, like down here.
Okay, all right.
You going 3 or 5 steps?
It depends on the coverage.
I only have 3 in me.
I think 3. 3. And then where are you throwing it?
I'm just going to show you my
just going to go back and stop. Yeah, you know what? You can throw the seat. Throw the seat. All right.
Oh, ow. You got to take it easy there.
Did Paul hurt you with the snap?
It got my finger. I'm not, I don't know if I've ever taken a snap in any way. I was thinking about that. He's about to do it. I put my hands there. Even as a child kidding around, my friends never let me play quarterback, even in the lowest level of games played by children.
Like out on the street.
Right, just on the street. I don't remember ever playing quarterback. So I put my hands there. I was like, I just hope my hands are in the right position. And I know football, but not playing football.
Didn't break a finger. That's a good thing. McLovin, do you think Dan is going to win his bet with Paul and be able to throw a ball 50 yards at the Super Bowl?
I certainly do not think that's going to happen.
Whoa.
50 yards is a long way.
Well, then let's look at it. Let's break it down then. If we all agree, I think we all agree that Dan will not throw it on his first try 50 yards.
Right.
And so if that's the thing, then Dan either has to get out of it or budget, because usually Dan finds a way to win a bet.
It feels a lot to me when I hear him say, like, oh, I can throw it over 50 yards. It's like Dan saying I can still dunk.
It is.
Probably used to be able to do it. I just don't think it's there.
And is there enough time to train your arm to all of a sudden
that's the thing. How much
make up the
warm-up time is
difference?
he going to have?
I think Dan, Stephen's got it right. Dan's thinking about that he could throw 50 yards.
Right.
I was with Dan in Dallas in fall of 02, and he threw it 50 yards. I'm telling you, I saw it. It was 50 yards. He took a couple of shots to get loose. I remember him throwing the ball around for at least a half an hour, and I'm guessing that's, what, 13 years ago? So 13 years for any age is a big difference.
Fritz, you got the big guns. Is there something you could, an advice you could give him to train the arms?
I'd be glad to try to help him, but there's a big difference between the proper way for throwing a football and using, the shoulders. Paul teases me all the time that, when I on the occasion that I go to the gym, I'm just doing bicep curls and looking in front of the mirror, and you end up having very small shoulders and big arms, and then you have just a weirdly shaped upper body. So I don't think I can give him that much of a suggestion. I do think, if he could throw it right now, say 45, 46, and practices somehow over the next week or so, he can maybe make up those few yards somehow. But I think right now, if he flung it, he'd maybe get to 40, and I don't see him making up that difference in just a week and a half's time.
Well, we shall see when we go down to Phoenix. Stick around. Dan is preparing to go on David Letterman for the last time.
I was told by one of his producers yesterday, Dave watches the show every morning in his office. He knows who the Danettes are. I was told yesterday, if Dave didn't like you, Dave wouldn't have you on. I go, okay. Yes, he.
So that means Dave has seen this saga play out in real time.
Yes, he has.
Welcome back to the box score. Dan recently found out that David Letterman actually watches his show in the morning. Paulie, do you think this is going to make Dan a little bit more relaxed when he goes on his show tonight?
I don't think anything's going to make him more relaxed tonight. I think it's very nice. Even if the producers are lying to us and telling us that Letterman's watching, we'll take it. I think they're telling the truth. I'd say it's about 85% that they're telling the truth. I'll bet you at one point they've walked into Dave's office and our show has been on, which is different than he watches daily, but I will take it.
Yeah, whenever I hear that, I don't believe a word of it.
Right.
I don't know, but
show.
that's just me. That's like my own, that's not true. There's no way that happened. Because you do find out, all of a sudden Kobe will be like, oh yeah, I remember you guys did this on the show or whatever. And you're like, well,
I'd like to believe that at some point, like that Letterman actually would take a second or two to wonder, like, I can't believe Seton said that, or why did Paulie try to tackle this one, or why would McLovin?
I can believe that it's on in his office as he's doing work, and if he happened to look up, he would
like
notice.
Background noise.
Yes.
He's not really exactly studying what we're doing.
Right. He probably has some flunky putting his TV shows on.
Like headlines. He's like, this is good. It's sort of the top 10. Kind
They stole it from me there.
Well, the does he or doesn't he like me question has been looming in DP's mind for quite a while, and Seton went into the box and explained why he should maybe take the stick out of his hindquarters.
This is it, you know. Dave's retiring, and now this is probably Dan's last appearance on there, and it feels like a really big moment. Hopefully, he can just sort of put all this stuff to bed and be a little bit more comfortable with the fact that David Letterman likes him and likes to take shots at him, because that's what you do with people that you like. You make fun of them. That's why we all make fun of Fritzy so much, and Andrew, and, well, I guess really each other, because we love those guys. And I think that's how Letterman is with Dan.
Wow.
So that was well said by Seton, and Dan's been getting hung up on the whole Scrooge thing, that he's a stooge, and that he got all upset by that. But we tried to explain to him that it's all in love, and the Sandman also was on the show and told him that he's just teasing you and he wouldn't have him on the show regularly, especially in these final months when he's wrapping up the show. He can have anybody he wants pretty much on the show, and it's been like that for many, many years. But he's gone back to Dan for yet another appearance as he winds things down. So it's all in good fun, and hopefully it won't bother him.
As he whines.
McLovin, are you buying
like
buying that love is the reason that you take so much crap from the boss?
I take crap from the boss?
No, maybe not. Maybe not at
No,
all.
I do, but not compared to Fritzy. If that's how you measure somebody, I feel like the second love, most loved. Dan loves Fritzy. Like Romeo and Juliet loves Fritzy. If the amount giving crap equals the amount you actually love somebody, you're a well-loved man.
Well, that means Fritzy and I must be married.
We are extremely close then. If that's,
Are you close enough to give him a hug right now, Paulie?
Luckily, McLovin's there, and even so, even if Fritzy was on my lap, I don't think I can do that. I'll give you a crisp handshake.
Okay, crisp handshake.
I even went
We'll
lefty to
hug
help
after
Fritzy out. And that's his, what hand.
He knows I have no problems with hugging. Paulie, he's not big with the touching and everything, but when it comes to me, he's licked cake off my head and everything like that. So
I don't like to waste cake.
We're closer than everyone thinks. There's no problem with an embrace. We'll get
Paulie, are you and Fritzy going to a room down at the Super Bowl?
I would rather you, Brock, stomp me in the eyeball with your boots than room with anyone, personally, at the Super Bowl. No, if it came to it, we'd do whatever we want. The last guy's room was Seton. It went perfectly fine.
It did.
We respected our boundaries. I try to be ultra respectful if I ever have to room with someone, but I wouldn't sleep outside before I'd be with Fritzy. But I would just kind of cruise the bars until 4 when they close. Yeah. And then probably just go right to the studio and go to work.
Yeah. Or if you want to be blackout drunk, if you are going to.
Oh, yeah.
We're talking like
I want to be ashamed of the show, but if I went to the bars until 4, maybe went to a deli until 5, and then went into work around 5:30.
Before you know it, we used to totally miss each other. He doesn't have to have the visuals of some of my, my routine leading up to showtime in the hotel in the hours before show. I don't think anybody
when
needs to
Fritzy
see
says showtime at the hotel, he doesn't mean showtime of the Dan Patrick Show.
He means showtime late night.
There's a whole
showtime.
There's a whole other world going on that none of these guys need to.
R-rated showtime.
Hi, meet Mr. Right Hand. Stay with us. There is a spy in the man cave, and he is hiding among us. We are back here on the box score. You guys got into Kurt Busch's ex-girlfriend being a trained assassin. We did a little digging ourselves here and found out that there's a man with a similar set of skills in the man cave.
Perloff. Andrew Perloff.
Possessing the strength of 200 men. Able to stop any threat in an instant. An expert trained in all facets of hand-to-hand combat. his strike can be lethal. And a debonair sense of fashion second to none. No woman can resist the seductive charms of this operative.
Shaken, not stirred. Wow.
How about that? That's a nice little vignette there.
You should honestly, if you go back to like a Dartmouth reunion, bring that and have it like on your iPad.
It'd be like the
and
coolest
so
guy
some guy
ever.
walks in and he's like president of Boeing or something like that. You're like, oh, cool, President of Boeing. How many times did Brooklyn Decker sit on your lap,
I know.
Prez?
Yeah,
Just hold it up like a neck thing.
I like to nitpick though, like, you know, I've been working out a little bit more. I'm up to like 225, 230. So I don't want people to think I can just do 200 pounds.
You're disappointed by that?
Overall, it was great. I just wish they maybe got me with a little more weight.
Oh, okay.
It's all about Teagan and Decker being with you. Don't worry about the weight.
Well, McLovin, we saw you do some Perloff foo in that clip, and you were getting down pretty much. I mean, who was your sensei? Was it Master Lo Mein in the back row? I mean, you're very stylish right there.
Master Lo Mein.
You know, you notice like it's like called the nerd punch. Like, look, it's something in my hand.
It was kind of awkward.
It's very Screech from Saved by the Bell. It's definitely like that's like who my model actor is.
It's like Screech and the Tin Man got together.
Weird Dustin Diamond.
Yeah, I really think like I honestly feel, and I think about this sometimes. If I punch one of you guys as hard as I can, I really don't think it would do a lot of damage.
But you have pretty big hands, and you're a pretty strong guy.
Yeah.
No, I don't think so. But there's not a lot of like I can bench a lot, but I have like no like base strength. Like I'm very, like you could push me right now and I'd
When
fall
was the
over.
last time, honestly, you were in a real fist fight?
God, I don't even know.
But
years ago.
But like in college or before?
After I got in little skirmishes and basketball courts and
Where actually
and
where
bars.
punches were thrown?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
How did it work out? What's your record, do you think?
Every fight that I've ever been involved in is the same way. Like we sort of half get a punch in and someone pulls us
and then
apart.
somebody breaks it
Yeah,
up.
have you guys been in one recently? I mean, within like say the last 10 years?
No way.
10 years? No, 15.
See, I can't see you doing a ton of damage to somebody. I just don't think you mean enough to hurt somebody.
Well, no, I mean, it's different. Like if it usually it feels more like you end up wrestling somebody. Than actually
You go down the
punching
ground.
somebody.
And
Yeah. Paulie, what have you
last one was 3 blocks away from here in 2001. Got in a fight. A guy thought I was talking to his girlfriend and just charged me and just was swinging wildly.
Jeez.
And it was a long fight. It felt like one of those like Van Damme fights that took forever, and it was
If
just
a fight goes like 60 seconds, that's a long
That's
fight.
really long.
You know?
yeah. It felt like forever. He bled all over me. Like he hit his head and he bled all down me. But
No, you hit his head and he bled.
I wish I could.
By the way, were you talking to his girlfriend?
I was, but I wasn't doing anything. I really was lightly innocent in this situation. But and the guy ended up being a friend of a friend, so it was touchy after that when it run into the guy.
Well.
So
that's
what are you gonna do?
Well, like Kurt Busch, would any of you have any of you ever dated a girl that maybe could have beaten you up?
Oh my God, I did. I definitely did.
Really?
Yeah, she was a track star from college, and like she was ripped, and we used to go to the gym. I was just like messing around. Like
You
it's
taught
not.
her?
No, like she would show me how to do exercises. That's when I knew I was in trouble. She was a better athlete than me. Now I don't know if she'd weighed a lot less than me, so I don't know if she could take me, but she might have been.
I dated a girl in college who was on the tennis team, and she was really into fitness. And one of the guys in my fraternity house had a chin-up bar. And she goes, oh, let me check that out. And she just starts pumping out behind the back chin-ups.
like, oh.
And I honestly, I probably at the time could do 2 chin-ups, including the jump up first one.
Do real shaky.
And you count the jump up first, then you get one more, and then you're just done. And she's just like, what do you want? Anything? Anybody?
Did you guys? This is total one aside. Did you do the presidential fitness test where
Yes.
you had to do that?
Yeah.
And everyone my whole class would get up to the pull-ups. We had to do I just sort of stand there like, yeah, give me a 0, thanks. I'm good.
You can't even bend your elbows. You're like,
I'm like, I should have called it sick today.
Man, it's struggling.
Oh, that made grade school gym class a horrible time. Okay, coming back on the other side, the guys break down the art of flopping.
Charlotte Hornets rookie P.J. Harrison trying to guard. Whoa.
What?
The flop, the 3-step fall, and he took more steps than Des Bryant.
If you're the official, do you say anything to him? Or do you just stand over him and laugh?
Well, in soccer, he could get a yellow card for doing that.
Oh, I thought you were going to say a big contract.
We're closing up shop here on the box score. That was Paulie breaking down that god-awful flop in the Spurs-Hornets game last night. Paulie, is that P.J. Harrison flop worse than anything you've ever seen on the pitch?
You know, it's up there. That was more of a soccer flop than it was a basketball flop. It was so freaking embarrassing. I mean, what an absolute softie. I don't care how big or tough this guy is, but to play sports like that is embarrassing.
There is that moment where the bomb explodes, the imaginary bomb explodes, and the arms just fly back, and that's usually where it's at its most painful.
The combination
where you're like, look at this fool. What are you doing?
The combination of flailing the arms and then not even time it as to when there was some borderline contact.
And it's not stupid. Like he got hit by Dwight Howard. It's Tony Parker.
Yeah,
he's wee and he's French. You can't do this.
It was flying, and it wasn't even at the moment of contact. It was just so beyond blatant.
Oh, the Belgian guy hit me. Okay, well, Harrison's flop was something like you may have seen in a soccer match, but if you want to flop like the pros, look no further than this instructional video.
Greetings, soccer fans. The game of soccer is one of skill, speed, and, of course, flopping. Today, we're going to learn a couple of flopping techniques. Let's get started. Note how the lack of contact does not stop our soccer hero from drawing a penalty and a much-needed breather for his team. A shoulder to the chest should be able to produce a flop worthy of a stretcher, if done correctly. Well done, Jimmy.
Why?
During the game, when an opposing player comes near you, grab your shoulder as if in pain, and then reveal the bite marks to an official. These techniques are similar to those seen in the NBA, but have much more success.
Wow, that was a pretty impressive video. Kind of made me...
Great turnaround.
Yeah, it's really good. It looked like Mrs. Doubtfire was the referee there. But that was well done, and it's instructional. I think that should be shipped over to Europe immediately.
Yeah, she would have the whipped cream, but she licked it all off her own face. Fritzy, who is on tomorrow, please?
We will be at the New York City Man Cave in Soho. The Men in Blazers, Roger Bennett and Michael Davies of NBC Sports Network will be with us.
Men Who Like Blazers.
Men Who Like Blazers. They're very, very funny and entertaining, so that'll be cool. We're also going to have Marlon Wayans join us in studio of a Scary Movie and In Living Color fame. And David Deal, former Giants offensive lineman, now a Fox game analyst, will also be in studio to get us ready for the conference title game Sunday.
All right. Thank you, gentlemen. Thanks for watching The Box Score. Set your DVR or tune in weekdays at 3 p.m. Eastern right here on Audience Channel 239 or catch the podcast available on iTunes or at podcast1.com. Good day.
I don't know a lot about sports, but I can drink a lot of beer.
My motto is simple. C's get degrees.
Need a long, inappropriate hug? I'm your man.
I think I'm smarter than you, because I probably am.
Hey! Thanks for watching The Box Score. Holy cow!